This is the third and final complex numbers video, and it is going to be discussing distribution. Okay, so once again, we're going to start with what do I to the 0, I to the first, I squared, and I cubed equal. Now, we have that in this video again because it's going to come into play. Okay, so I to the 0, we said is 1, I to the first is I squared is -1, I cubed is -I. Okay, so hopefully now that we've seen this in a third video, we can at least have these ones memorized. So when we see these in our simplification and distribution, that we'll be able to reduce these down and get rid of our exponents. Okay, because it's a lot easier to use these 1s and i's than to use our I squareds, I to the thirds. All right, so we're in distribution, which means we're going to be doing multiplication. Okay, so let's start with our problem on the left. We've got two groups of parentheses next to each other, which tells us we're going to multiply. Okay, so we have to multiply each term in our first group times each term in our second group. So you've got to go 2i times 3i, 2i times -2, 1 times 3i, and 1 times -2. Okay, so let's go back through these and actually do the multiplication now. So we have 2i times 3i, which gives us 6i squared. 2i times -2 gives us -4i. 1 times 3i gives us plus 3i. And plus 1 times -2 gives us -2. Okay, now the first step we did there, I'll go ahead and write that off to the side in our pink marker. 1 is we multiply by distribution. Okay, now our second step, which is the same as before when we had, now this is just like what we saw before with simplification. Okay, so the second step we want to is simplify exponents. Okay, now all we have is this I squared right here. Remember what I squared equals? Hopefully we said that it is -2, or -1. So 6 times -1 minus 4i plus 3i minus 2. Again, if you would like to skip steps, you may. I'm going to do every step in detail. Okay, so then we have 6 times -1 gives us -6 minus 4i plus 3i minus 2. So now our third step, just like we did earlier in simplification, is combine like terms. Keep that marker out. So we have our -6, that's our number, -4i, it's not a like term because it has that I in the term, plus 3i, not a like term, -2, just a number. So there we go again. Now our I terms, -4i plus 3i. Let's combine our numbers. -6 minus 2 will give us -8. -4i plus 3i gives us -I. Okay, so there is our simplified answer. Notice how there's no exponents. There's a plus bi. Okay, a plus bi. Now let's come over to our second example. And we're going to do just the exact same thing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and distribute I squared times -2i. I squared times 4. 2 times -2i, and 2 times 4. So I squared times -2i will give us -2i to the third. 2 is the exponent here. 1 is the exponent here. Since I is the base, we do 2 plus 1 gives us 3. And that -2 stays out front. I squared times 4, so 4i squared. Plus 2 times -2i, so -4i. And then plus 2 times 4 is plus 8. So, we multiply by distribution. Check. Gotta simplify our exponents. So we have -2. Now, we haven't seen any I cubes yet in simplifying, but we now have one. If we recall, I cubed equals -I. Okay. Then we have plus 4 times I squared, which I squared equals, we said, -1. And then minus 4I plus 8. So there's no exponents there. We are all set to go on those last two terms. So -2 times -I is positive 2I, plus 4 times -1 gives us -4, minus 4I plus 8. So we simplified our exponents, and now we're down to combining our like terms. Okay, so here's some i's, numbers, i's, numbers. Come back here, underline our numbers. So we have 2i minus 4i gives us -2i. -4 plus 8 gives us plus 4. Now you could also write this as 4 minus 2i. Okay, that would be an equivalent expression. Now you have a few questions to answer to see how we are doing on complex numbers.